As Sidious became the Emperor of the known galaxy, he turned Coruscant into his capital, as it had been for the Republic for over a millennia. But why did Sidious have such a strange love for this megatropolis of worlds? Now, there are some obvious answers to this, as Coruscant was the capital of both the Republic and of Sidious's empire. It housed the Senate, the military chiefs, and had one of the largest populations of one world in the entire galaxy. But Sidious was a fairly reclusive leader. He didn't really like the spotlight, and the only time he really communicated with his subjects was through an altered hologram. It was very rare and an honour to see him in person, so you'd think Sidious would possibly be less likely to want to be on one of the galaxy's most populated worlds. At the end of the day, Sidious didn't really require the Senate to rule, and he'd rarely actually come before them to discuss matters. He could relocate his military headquarters, etc., so why stay on Coruscant? Well, firstly, there was actually a Sith shrine on Coruscant that Sidious had used during the Clone Wars to cloud the Jedi's minds, so having a point of power on the world does make sense. Now, not only this, I think that Sidious had more of an emotional connection to the world. This world had represented everything that Sidious had hated before his rise to power: the seat of galactic democracy, the headquarters of the Jedi Order. And this world was where he carried out perhaps one of his greatest triumphs: Order 66, Operation Nightfall, and the sacking of the Jedi Temple. Sidious clearly had some sentimental connection here. I mean, he turned the Jedi Temple into his own Imperial Palace. This was symbolic to show off his final victory. We know Sidious took a lot of pride in the world. When he took over, he almost completely remodelled the entire cityscape, changing the architecture to meet his own totalitarian style. Sidious wanted Coruscant to represent Imperial excellence. This included things like military showgrounds, statues, huge Imperial banners, a sprawling city where his subjects were surrounding him. Imperial officials could engage in their petty power plays to try to gain his favour. Ultimately, Sidious wanted a world completely dedicated to himself. Now, finally, there's the fact that Coruscant had such a huge population, over 1 trillion life forms all crammed into one place. And Coruscant was far from trouble-free. Poverty, slums, crime and corruption, betrayal. Many people suffered on Coruscant, over 1 trillion people, and many of whom were suffering under Sidious's regime. And although this is awful, this is where the dark side thrives. To a sinister Sith who feeds from dark side energy, a world with much fear and hate would be perfect. It's possible it could have even made Sidious more powerful, tuned his connection to the Force beyond belief. But what do you think? Why did Sidious love his capital world so much, and do you think it could make him more powerful? Thanks for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this little lore video. If so, please remember to like, share and sub for more content, as it's really appreciated and helps the channel grow. Also, don't forget to tick the bell to get updates when I upload new content, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for regular updates at The Lore Guy. Thanks again for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.